What's up guys, Morgan here from T4 Bros. And well, the Blitz Pro has finally arrived after a month and a half of waiting from the last time that I've ridden this beauty in China at the Bigote International race. If you guys haven't seen that video, you guys should check it out. But anyways, I'm here to do a review on this beauty. This is such a fun wheel. I've had such a blast in the 200 miles that I've already ridden it in China. And throughout this video, I'll be putting another 300 miles on it to really give my honest opinion on it. Two things to note. One, I have these aftermarket panel replacements on because the ones that come stock are absolute dog shit. Not only do they put the screen in a really shitty position, but also they get in your way when you're turning. They block your knees from getting where you need them to get. Another thing to note is my motor that I had in the race, and that everybody had in the race in China, was a C38 motor, which according to Levi is going to be in the production model that if you were to order a Blitz Pro, that is what you will be getting. My wheel has a special C38 tile motor. It should allow this wheel to go faster, so just a thing to keep in mind. My wheel is a little different. Thank you to Bigote. Other things that come in the box is this 300 PSI air pump, and also this amazing 168 volt charger that has a screen on it with voltage, amperage, and the current status that it's charging at. And once this thing's all charged up, I'm gonna go hit it up for a ride. I am so excited to be riding this thing again, and I am so excited to be doing this review for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy. So let's get right into it. As usual, we'll be splitting this video in 3 parts: the specs, the pros, and the cons. The Blitz Pro is the Blitz's race version, running at 168 volts with an advertised 3,000 watt-hour battery. Though in reality, as I explained in the Lynx review, it actually only has 2,880 watt-hours. With that battery size, when averaging 50 miles per hour, I get around 35 to 40 miles of range. When cruising at 30 miles per hour, you could get about 50 to 60 miles of range. Keep in mind, I weigh 125 pounds. As I said at the start, the production will have a C38 motor, which will give you plenty of torque. It comes with 50S cells, which is industry standard right now. Top speed-wise, I've managed to hit 58 miles per hour GPS with a 30% PWM headroom with field weakening set to 9. So you could realistically probably hit 65 miles per hour GPS with it. Though keep in mind, my Blitz Pro has a motor that lets me go faster, so for production models, you'd probably be able to hit 60 miles per hour GPS. It weighs in at 94 pounds with pads, which is 14 pounds lighter than its closest competitors, the ET Max. Advertised weight. Now onto the pros. The main thing I love with this wheel is its stability. Coming from the Lynx, this wheel is incredibly stable and doesn't wobble on you at all. It is very well balanced, and with the ability to adjust your pedal height between low and high, it gives you even more control over your wheel's customization. As well as stability when going fast in a straight line, it turns very nicely.
Very, very responsive. I like it.
Hell yeah.
Like just doing little nice turns, and the acceleration going down here was excellent. Nice and zippy. Nice and zippy. I was like, ooh!
And although not as nimble as the Lynx, it is still really easy to control at lower speeds. Personally, I like the looks of the wheel. With its nice LED strips and sleek design, it makes it a pleasant and futuristic looking vehicle. It might look rather fragile, but I can assure you, it is built like a tank. During the Bigote event, someone crashed it at 55 miles per hour, and it held together perfectly well, if you ignore the fact both pedals cracked. At high speeds, this wheel is incredibly smooth. I don't know if it's because mine has a tile motor or if it's just good engineering, but it just goes. It's so zippy and it keeps speed incredibly well.
Very flighty. It holds the power very well in my feet.
The suspension, although obviously not as good as Leaper Kim suspension, does the job well. Personally, I ride it with rebound all the way up, just because I like the trampoline feel, but it can be easily tuned to give you a more cush ride. Lastly, the screen. I'm torn over it. I half love it and half hate it. My favorite part is the customization. This is the first screen that can directly display PWM, which is so awesome, especially because the speed displayed is super inaccurate, like 10 miles per hour above GPS levels of inaccurate. As well as PWM, the screen shows you exact battery percentage, instead of those inaccurate bars that all other wheels have. And although at the time of writing this, they don't have a firmware version that can do it yet, you can change it from showing percentage to voltage. Now, moving to the cons. The screen is incredibly dim. It works well at night, but during the day, you can't see anything. It's also pretty small, so you have to look a bit longer to find the numbers than with a larger screen on other Begode wheels. If Begode made this screen larger and brighter, it would be the best screen in the industry, no doubt about it. Now that we are on the cons, let's first talk about the build quality. I'm presuming and hoping that this won't be the case for production Blitz Pros, but mine arrived with 4 out of the 7 motor bolts loose, the LED strips data wire almost unplugged, and bolts in the suspension almost falling out. So make sure to check your wheel if you buy one from Begode. The stock handle is atrocious. I recommend anyone who buys the Blitz Pro or regular Blitz to immediately replace the handle. As I said at the start, not only does it put the screen in an atrocious position, which makes it near impossible to see it, but it also gets in the way when taking sharp turns. Issue is that now I don't have a front handle anymore, which makes it much harder to carry up the stairs. The trolley handle sucks pretty bad as well. The handle mod I have prevents the trolley handle from staying in its correct position, which renders it useless, but even with the stock handle, it's floppy and doesn't stay upright. There are magnets that are supposed to keep the handle down whenever you aren't using it, but even then, it still makes clanging noises every time I hit some stairs or drops. To be fair, I rarely ever use the Blitz Pro's trolley handle because it's not the kind of wheel I take for grocery runs and such, and the wheel is tall enough to walk it without a trolley handle. But it would have been nice to have something more like the trolley handle in the Begode Extreme. The headlight, albeit being bright and powerful, is a bit too focused, and it tends to loosen up pretty easily and over time tilts downwards. Talking about loosening up, the Blitz is a simple wheel to repair and open up, but it has such a ridiculous amount of screws. The suspension shaft covers have 8 screws on their own, and you need to take both of those off for most repairs you'll be doing. The bolts and screws are also made of the softest metal ever and strip incredibly easily. The charge port is also something you need to screw to put on, which makes it incredibly time consuming and annoying if you want to cover your charge port every time you unplug your wheel. The charger, whilst being well built and reliable with a nice screen, is rather loud. In conclusion, I really love my Blitz Pro. It's an amazing street send and race wheel, probably the best currently. If you're more of a chill rider and you like more casual riding, I would recommend a wheel that's probably lighter like a normal Blitz. If you're a racer or looking into doing track racing, I would say this should be your go-to.